Hi guys, and welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host Eddie, and after a crazy month that January has been for a multitude of reasons, I'm fine, I'm okay. I wasn't in danger or nothing like that. I just had a lot of shit going on I had to deal with. So I finally had a chance to sit down, watch, and thoroughly enjoy the season 1 finale of the first official project of the DCU Creature Commandos. That's right, I'm here to talk about the season 1 finale, what I thought of it, my hopes for season 2, and my hopes for the DCU overall related to Creature Commandos. Now, before I begin, of course, please be warned, this is a spoiler-filled review, so if you're not caught up on Creature Commandos by the season 1 finale, or if you're behind in general, you don't want to keep watching and listening to this video, as I will be discussing spoilers, plot details, character stuff, all that jazz. That being said, you have been warned. Let's dive right back into it. First and foremost, R.I.P. to Nina. I did not like seeing her die at all. Although, to be frank, though, to be perfectly honest, because I was so behind on this show, I inadvertently saw a spoiler on social media showing that she indeed died in the season finale. It didn't go into context how she died or who killed her, but it just made it clear that she was dead, which is too bad because I was hoping to see a live-action version of her someday down the line, but apparently that's not going to be the case, as the princess killed her in self-defense whilst they were trying to carry out their assassination mission. So that was really unfortunate. But on the plus side, there were a lot of upsides to this episode, but let me talk about the downside stuff first. Didn't like seeing Nina die. The princess I was okay with dying because, I don't know if she's based off a pre-existing DC character from the comics or if she's something that James Gunn made up just for this series. I was shocked that she died, that the bride put a bullet in her brain, but it seems like it was probably for the best because that vision, I think, was probably true, or something like that could have happened down the line. So the bride probably did save the world, or at least a lot of lives, doing what she did. And the way she did it too, with the princess's hand on her gun nearby, it could almost be construed for suicide. So her country and her government shouldn't go to war with the United States over what the bride did, but that will remain to be seen. So the princess dying, shocking, but I was like, okay, that's fine. But I did not like seeing Nina go. Nina was a sweetheart. She was like the kindest, gentlest soul out of everybody on the team. Well, Weasel's a sweetheart too. He just can't talk or express it. But I really loved how much Nina's death hit the bride especially, and how that was motivation enough for her to kill the princess. Like, she made it clear to her, I'm not going to kill you because you pose a risk or a threat to national security. I'm going to kill you because you killed my friend, my one and only friend I ever had, and the only person on this damn team who had a shred of kindness and decency in them. So that was pretty heartfelt, like I would expect from any James Gunn project. This episode had excitement, it had action, and it had a real sense of heart to it as well, too. And of course, we got to see Nina's backstory, which was just as tragic, just as sad as all the other backstories for the other members of the Creature Commandos. It was just too bad that Nina, unfortunately, kind of died for nothing, Now, could she return or be brought back to life through some multiversal time travel shenanigans? Sure. Is that going to happen? I have no idea. I'm not running DC. James Gunn is, so it's entirely up to him. But as sad as it was seeing Nina go, we did get to see the return of one of our favorite characters from the Suicide Squad. King Shark is back, baby. He seems to be back not only in Belle Reve, but he has now been made a member of the newly formed Creature Commandos, along with Phosphorus, Weasel, and of course a newly reassembled, rebuilt, and badass-looking GI robot, along with a couple of other characters I personally didn't know and recognize. I'm sure diehard DC fans and comic book nerds knew exactly who they were. I didn't. One guy kind of looks like a mummy. That guy looks pretty cool. But of course, the one character I did know and recognize, thanks to the Suicide Squad movie, was King Shark. Now, I don't believe that was Sylvester Stallone who voiced him. I think that was Diedrich Bader, if I read the credits right. Stallone was probably busy filming that show Tulsa King or whatever it's called. He's probably a busy guy to get a hold of, and they probably couldn't get him for record one or two lines that King Shark had in this episode. Will Stallone return to voice King Shark in season 2 of Creature Commandos? Again, I have no idea. I don't think it'll be the end of the world if they get somebody else to voice King Shark in the show. If they wanted him to return live action, I'm sure Stallone could do it. Or maybe Diedrich Bader will do live action too. Again, I have no idea. I know Gunn wanted consistency with the actors who play their roles moving forward to do it in both live action and animation, but maybe King Shark's the exception. Who knows? I don't think it's that big a deal. What I do hope that this means for future implications, because it's a little unclear, and Gunn's comments are kind of helpful and kind of not helpful. All due respect to James Gunn, but I'm not entirely certain or sure if the Suicide Squad is canon to the DCU, because arguably it should be, and it is, considering they mentioned the events of the Suicide Squad scattered throughout season 1 of Creature Commandos. With Rick Flag Sr. being mad at Peacemaker for killing Rick Flag Jr., Project Starfish. What I hope this means is that we will see the likes of Harley Quinn, Bloodsport, and Ratcatcher 2 all return someday to the DCU, played by their same respective characters as they did in the wonderful movie The Suicide Squad. Now, whether or not that is going to happen, again, remains to be seen. But I think having King Shark there is a very good, hopeful sign that movie is indeed canon, and that means those surviving characters could return to the DCU someday. Who knows? But the possibilities are very exciting. But in the meantime, I loved this first season of Creature Commandos. I'm so happy it's getting a second season. I cannot wait to see what they do with it. And I hope to see these characters appear in other DCU projects further down the line as well, too. But in the meantime, I will happily welcome and embrace the second season of this show. Well done, James Gunn, cast and crew, for a wonderful first season. I hope you guys bring us just a good, if not better, second season. Very much looking forward to it. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Thank you for watching this episode and season finale review. And what did you guys think of the season 1 finale of Creature Commandos? I'd love to hear your thoughts and feelings on the matter. Have a great rest of your night. And of course, until next time, may the Force be with you.